This is a tremendous honor. First and foremost, I have to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing me with the talents to play this game, with the family to support me day in, day out. I'm his humble servant right now, and I can't say it enough how important my faith is to how I play the game and who I am. So I'm just blessed, and I'm thankful for where I am. I love playing basketball. I mean, there's no doubt about it. This is something I've been doing since I was, Mom, Dad, 2, with Fisher-Price goals. I mean, my grandma's here. We were talking about it yesterday. She used to be my commentator. She used to be Bob Fitzgerald for me, counting down the scores. I'd hit a game-winning shot or whatever, and I'd stumble over and give her a high five and stuff like that. So from that beginning to be standing here in front of you today, it's an incredible journey. A lot has gone into it. A lot of great people that I've met along the way that have every bit of to do with that trophy as I do. And
Welcome to the Balls Not Court podcast. Cortez Paulus here. Got Kevin Carter to my right-hand side. Over here snacking on sunflower seeds, but nonetheless, he is here eating away.
It's baseball season.
So
Sunflower season.
Eat, speak, spit, and be happy, as I say on the bag over there.
Is it? Oh. Never read the bag.
When he's eating them, he's got a big smile on his face. So I guess the sunflower seeds are doing his job, right?
They make you smile when you're cracking them. Me?
I see that.
You smile whenever you crack them.
Only a few times he smiled, right, Crystal?
Pretty much.
Nonetheless, but you and Johnny had discussed some football yesterday, so rightfully it's my turn, and I discussed basketball with you.
No.
So. Welcome back to the show. I know you've been a busy man in the last few hours doing the Jaguars podcast, and now you're joining me as usual to discuss some basketball. So.
My throat sore from talking. So.
There you go. What you heard?
I'll be limited.
You be limited, so you probably hear me doing a lot of talking, but
I'm sorry.
That's that's fine. Kevin's just here to add some his expertise that he's been watching a little bit of the NBA playoffs. What you heard, as he's doing it, you can't really see the muy poco for my Espanol people out there.
El nada buncho.
There you go. Close enough. So basically, what you heard before.
Los small amounts.
Is what Kevin is telling you how much he has watched NBA playoff basketball. As me, on the other hand, has been on a computer and been streaming it on TNT and ESPN, whatever I can watch it on. And Kevin borrowed my computer. And I'm telling him, well, hurry do your podcast so I can watch back my games. But
he wasn't even here.
And I missed the first half of the Cavs game because I went to go get a haircut. Shout out to Custom Cuts.
He wasn't even here.
Wasn't even here, so.
He yapped and yapped and yapped and wasn't even here.
And he came back like, hey, well, I'm done. So
I've been done.
So he just looked at me like, well, I was done. Where have you been at? Well, getting my haircut, so. But at the beginning of the show, what you heard was a clip of Stephen Curry's MVP speech that went on for about 30, 35 minutes.
He thanked the same people. He thanked the same people that are always thanked in every MVP speech.
So, Steph Curry had, like Kevin said, was pretty much
it's a prerequisite. You thank God, teammates, parents, who else? Your teacher, your coaches from every aspect of when you play ball. Mm-hmm. There's your MVP speech.
As Kevin is offering a comical relief on it, I'm gonna sit there and say it is usually the general type of consistency where the speech goes about the same route where you thank a lot of people, but the Steph Curry's journey to me has been fun to watch because there was a 3-star recruit coming out of high school.
That crap don't matter.
And as Kevin's right,
that crap don't matter.
He won.
How many 5-stars were drafted in the NBA in the NFL draft? How many people out of all the people that were drafted were considered 5-star recruits? It's a good trivia question.
That's a good trivia question.
2.
Nice. That's
One being Dante Fowler. But he went back from 5-star to 4-star, 5-star to 4-star.
Mm-hmm.
No one can make up their mind. It just goes to show you people don't know jack crap about what they're talking about.
Well, you do your best and try to analyze the talent that's out there. But talent...
What was the knock on Curry was what? He was too short?
Too short.
There's your knock. Okay, when you can shoot it no matter how tall you are.
Well, that was his niche. And he wanted to go to Virginia Tech and follow his dad's footsteps.
And then handle.
And so the knock on him was all he can do is shoot. Not athletic enough. When he came out in the draft, and Doug Godby during the draft saying that he would choose Jennings, Rubio, Flynn over him, just because they're a little bit more athletic.
Rubio's an accident waiting to happen.
Rubio's hurt. Flynn has not been seen in the league. And
Who?
Johnny Flynn.
Who?
There you go.
Exactly.
And Brandon Jennings was playing pretty well with the Pistons, but he got hurt and not in the playoffs. So Steph Curry has led his team to 67 wins this year. He's done it pretty well, pretty good job at it. This guy's been, he averaged 23.8 points per game, sits in the league, and 7.7 assists per game, and two steals a game, which was a knock on Curry as well, because his defense, when he played on Mark Jackson would tend to hide him or shadow him and have some different schemes to hide Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Kerr didn't do that. Steve Kerr allowed him to go out there and play.
Steve Score said, buddy, go score.
Go score. We need you all around game. And when we talk about top handles in the game, you mentioned Steph Curry.
You don't say, really, it's him and Kyrie Irving are the two guys that get brought up the most. But Jiminy Christmas, he did that one move. And when you big man, don't guard him and don't try to run with him, because you end up doing what Gasol did the other night and sliding backward.
I remember.
Oh, it was Debo.
Yeah.
It was
Debo.
Yeah, it was Randolph.
Randolph.
He's the one that slid backwards. I'm like, oh, please don't.
Don't do it. And we all remember the crossover he did on Chris Paul, which was ridiculous. But
Chris Paul Thibodeau.
Yeah. But Steph Curry's impact goes more than that, and he spoke highly about his faith. I listened to the whole speech. He talked highly about his faith, and he acknowledged, where, without God this isn't possible, so you can tell he's a religious man, which I heard that since he actually came into the NBA.
He thought him first.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then he thought his parents.
Right.
Then he thought his teammates.
Well,
then he thanked his teammates. Then he thanked all of his coaches. It's the same pattern.
It was pretty cool. And I know you say you never listened to it, but I like the part, one of the part he talked about was his grandma when he was 2 years old, and she would commentate his shots, and he would go all happy, and he was like 2 years old. He'd make a shot on the Fisher Price goal. She'd do a countdown, and he got all excited, and he thinks
you're going to be in Austin's Hall of Fame speech talking about wrestling.
So, I know, and
commentating the wrestling,
commentating and everything like that. So I'm sure Austin will give me a shout with that when it comes to it. Also, he also gave his brother Steph. He said how they would battle back in the backyard, and
I like the what was it, it getting dark.
Yeah, getting dark.
They gotta come inside, and then he would take the ball and run off if he didn't give him the foul.
So he go end up getting on the foul, and they go finish the game. So it's probably Steph Curry, because you actually seen now, because LeBron has won 2 MVPs in a row recently, and he was definitely in discussion at the end of the year. He won it with your Miami Heat.
He was like third this year.
Yeah, and so you see the wave of new talent that's going to be coming up now with Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, James Harden, who came in second, which was surprising, by the way, when they said that Steph Curry ran away with first place votes. So I don't know. I guess it wasn't that hard as people thought it was.
Mm-hmm. That
Steph Curry was the guy that it was going to be MVP with. So I thought the speech went pretty well, and it was nice getting in front of his court and everything like that. And I talked a little bit about his journey and everything like that. And so I guess I want to ask you, because since 2000, there's only one player who has won MVP and Finals MVP since 2000, and that's your boy LeBron. He actually won it back-to-back, Finals MVP and MVP, which is a cool little feat. He did it in your Miami Heat jersey, so
I
that's
know.
why I've mentioned it to you.
I don't know.
Do your little gesture over there. So, I mean, is there a scenario where you can see Steph Curry being the second guy since 2000 to hold start the MVP and the Finals MVP?
There's a scenario where you can see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're going to make it to the finals.
Yeah.
So,
It'll be interesting, and that's why I say, of course, there are scenarios, and you'll like to see it and see if it happens and everything like that. But as we all have,
they could. But the main thing with them is going through the playoffs and going to the final. It's a long, grueling process. Mm-hmm. You get tired, you get weary. The first thing to go when you get tired and you get weary is your jump shot. That's what they depend on the most, is their jump shot. When your legs go and when you start getting tired, and I know they're all young, but don't matter, you still get tired.
Yeah.
When they get tired and when they get through all this stretch, their jumper is going to go. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm scared about. Look at the other night. They weren't making their shots, and look what happened. Memphis was able to slow the game down, play the game they wanted to play, and ended up winning.
Well, let's talk about that, because Klay Thompson that night went 2 for 13, had 2 air balls. Very surprising to see that.
You get tired, man.
And yeah, I mean, it was weird, and you're right. So far, I mean, what's your thoughts on this series? Because everybody was kind of thinking Golden State will probably win this convincingly. Maybe Memphis get one game.
No, I thought Memphis was going to be able to grind them. I thought Memphis would be able to grind them down a little bit, be able to expose their will in a few games. That's going to tire out Golden State. You can't always shoot 80% from wherever you're shooting from. So
yeah,
it always comes back. I
agree with you, because I'm watching it, and Draymond Green got in foul trouble because, as you know, Zebo is a load to guard,
Big.
And he was already in foul trouble in the first quarter, and so that kind of set a tone there. Mike Conley coming back as Tony Allen called him Popeye, as Kevin called him, but Tony Allen called him the one-eyed bandit.
You look like Popeye.
And this game back, he was 8 for 12, 22 points, 3 assists.
He looked like somebody drop kicked him in the face is what he looked like.
Yeah, his eyes real messed up, huh?
He looked like somebody took his ass out back and just started waylaying on him.
You got to imagine that's got to be hard to try to play with that.
You got a swollen eye, and then you got that mask on top of your swollen eye, and he said he kept having to move it to get the sweat out and then to let it breathe and to let the steam out. And I'm like, good Lord, man. I couldn't play with the big gigantic eye. And his eye's so big, it's smashing up against the mask. So he looks weird.
It's a poor thing. It looks worse. But
did you just call him a poor thing?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I mean...
Oh, you poor thing.
Well, I mean... Listen, okay, I ain't going to have no sympathy because he makes millions of dollars.
Yeah, I can't call millionaires poor things just because they have to wear a mask and got beat up.
But...
if we got beat up and we had to play a mask and we went out there, then I call you a poor thing because we don't make enough money.
Yeah, true.
We couldn't even buy the mask.
No. Yeah, hopefully our insurance covers it, right?
We had to make our own out of styrofoam.
Oh, man. Well... It's for him to come out there and play with the one eye, and
we can't even buy goggles.
And yeah, and for him to basically control the game with Mike Conley, you get that chipper pace with Mike Conley, but you can still do the pound and in the paint with the Gasol and Zach Randolph. But with Mike Conley, if you need a shot, that's the way you can get a shot off. He can get his own shot. Create for others, and it's kind of give you another punch that can match Steph Curry from point to point if you need to. Because when you had Coletes and you had Bino Udrih,
Nick Coletes, like he's 47 years old.
So you had those two guys.
I didn't even know it was him.